Hi, welcome to the Chasing Brighter podcast with your hosts, Kelly and
Jessica. Join us on our journey to find the best versions of ourselves.
I'm very excited about how my hair looks.
Great. You know what else makes your hair look great, Jess?
Washing it.
The Warrior Strong Wellness collagen peptides and bone broth. I've noticed a huge difference with just the health of my hair. I just have naturally thin hair. So
collagen's so good for hair, nails, skin.
Check out warriorstrongwellness.com for their collagen peptides and bone broth or their multi-collagen protein powder.
If you use the Chasing Brighter code, all one word, Chasing Brighter, you can get 10% off of your purchase.
Kelly, I'm super excited for season 2 and also so grateful and thankful that you and I took a summer break this year. Did that feel good that we took a little bit of a break?
100%. I didn't realize how busy the summer's a different kind of busy is what I would say. Right. So I think during the school year with the kids, they're busy with a lot of activities, but they're also like not physically present in my home for 6 to 8 hours. So I'm able to focus on what I need to focus on as well, which helps me balance things more. But when you have, the schedule gets broken up more, whether you're, having to step away to pick kids up and transport them somewhere else in the middle of the day or middle of the morning, or they're just here and you have to feed them. It takes time. It's hard to get anything done in the summer. So I think it gave me a chance to not be feeling so frazzled and balancing, because we're balancing, right? This podcast with our jobs, with everything else that we have going on. So taking this out of the equation helped. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I think, first of all, like many parents, I struggle with this whole camp versus no camp. And I think you're so good. And I have so many friends that are so good at getting their kids in camp. But I also am like, my kids are so busy throughout the year. They just want to lay around. But then I feel really bad because I feel like my youngest watches too much YouTube. And so then it's just, I don't know. I feel like I kind of struggle with the balance because my oldest is 15, I do leave them home, and they just kind of like veg out a little bit. But I felt like it was a good balance. Like we joined the local water park, like we became members of Cowabunga Bay. Right. And so mom was taking them once a week. And then I had play date once a week. And then when June came, oh my gosh, we were traveling. Gabby got invited last minute to a tournament, which was super exciting in Colorado. But it was right before
you were gone for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was gone. We were gone. Essentially, Gabby and I were gone from like June 23rd to July 22nd. It was pretty crazy. I got really sick, really, really sick. And
I think you had RSV.
Okay. I don't know what it was. I thought it was like the Black
or
Death,
leprosy. And I'm just kidding. Leprosy doesn't have those.
A plague of some sort. But now I'm like 98% healed. And but that was, when you're like, we had those travel episodes in March and I was like, I'm gonna travel. And then I'm like, oh my God, I need to be home for 6 months to recover from these 30 days of travel. You know what I mean? Where I'm like grocery shopping and cooking, you know what I mean? Like back to Pilates, all of those things that help me be well. It was too much for me.
You got really out of sync. Yeah. I think that's the part that I look forward to when the school year resumes, is getting back to a routine. I am a big fan of camps, but the camps that I have my kids in are flexible and convenient and don't really tax me a lot. And I don't think you have that luxury, right? Like my boys go to
affordable. You have affordable camps.
Yeah. I mean, the main camp that they spent the summer at is a half block from our house. They walked home by themselves. And it was fun enough that they didn't complain every day. They liked it. I think that's another thing people struggle with is when their kids don't like things. And it's summer. It's supposed to be fun. So I don't think you want to put your kids in things that aren't fun. So that gets challenging too.
And I think your boys are just a smidge closer. I mean, I know your boys are a smidge closer in age than my two youngest. And so my youngest would be open next year. I think I need to be better. Like I did do, I found a hack out there. Hey, anybody financially challenged, if you need to get your kids in camps, check out all the vacation Bible schools in your area because they're all free. And so Giovanni went to like a friend's church and did vacation Bible school for a week. So that was good. So I found that hack, but like he would go to like the gymnastics camp. But before I was able to have Dominic go with him, I'm just kind of weird about him just being alone and not being at a camp with anybody he knows at this time. And I talked to someone from our Parks and Rec because I've seen that camp and I've seen I used to be able to watch the camp when you're walking on the indoor track and I could see how little supervision there was. And so I asked someone like, would you send your kid there? And they were like, and so just depending on your kid, I just don't like lack of supervision because I'm very nervous about like predators, them getting hurt, just different stuff. And so I want them together. And so that's kind of hard to find because they're 4 years apart. And so there's kind of cutoffs. But next year, I think I want to look up some like baseball and workout camps. And for me, just a few days a week would be good. But it's like, I just think, do you do this? I don't know if this is like a mom thing, how you go back and forth from like needing to get away from your kids and then feeling guilty you're away from your kids, or you don't?
Yeah, I do. But then then you feel guilty and then you spend an hour with them and that makes up for that time. I think that's the problem too, is it's like,
no, then you see them for 5 minutes and you're like, okay, bye.
So the Park District camp that they're at, which is amazing, right? It's $300 per kid for 6 weeks. I absolutely love Chicago Park District camps. I think if you find a neighborhood, you have to like sell a kidney to get into them.
Right.
But once you do, they're fantastic. And I think it's a great group of kids and they get to interact with all different kids from all different parts of the city. And it's just great. Yeah. But I know it ends and I know that they were going to have a couple weeks free. And so, I have friends who both work full time. And so they found some other camps to put their kids in. Wes was doing a sleepaway camp for a week with a friend. Beck didn't want to go. So that was 1 week. And then they have another free week. So I told them we're going to have like the week before school starts, we're going to do like a bucket list week.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to find time between, our Chasing Brighter and my regular work and take them. We haven't gone to a water park and, just some other activities. We can do some day trips.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that stuff. I love it. I think, I did it so much more when the kids were a lot younger. It's hard to get them, they just want to be homebodies.
I know. And it's like, I have these visions, like next week is school starts for us. And I'm like, oh, I need to do all these last minute things. But I do think our kids are old enough to where they're not like thinking about their mothers. You know what I mean? Like, because I want to do all these things with them. And then I'm like, they don't really care. And I'm trying to think of these. Also, I just want to talk about, you and I each had a major life event this summer. Yours was your oldest becoming a teenager.
Yes.
You have a teen in the house now, Kelly. That's a big deal.
I am really excited about Wes not only being 13, but he's going to be in 8th grade this year. So this is the last year of him, kind of being a kid and being in elementary school. In Chicago, you go straight from elementary school to high school, which is huge. So it's going to be a transition year and it's going to be a crazy year for him in that I think the beginning of the year is very, very stressful. In Chicago, they take a lot of entrance exams to get into high school the first half of the year. And the second half of the year is free flowing, cruising, know where they're going to high school for the most part and just waiting to graduate. So plus I think they're going to do a class trip. So I'm excited for him and whatever it is in store for him as a 13-year-old kid in the city. So that'll be, it'll be fun. Yeah. It's crazy.
And I think because he's your oldest, every school change and transition was so stressful with my oldest. And now that I did it, you know what I mean? I just felt better. So it's like, getting through that for you. And then, so I'm excited about that. And then for our family, we got a new puppy. So now we have 2 cats and 2 dogs. We have a baby Havanese in our house. Scout, who is the sweetest, cutest thing. Justin, I think he looks like a toy. Like he's not real, and he looks like a little robot. Like it's like one of those little toy robots I had when I was a kid.
The one that you would get at
How
Radio
he
Shack
walks.
that like would roll over and
jumps and like the way he walks, he's so like, they're low to the ground and so fuzzy. And last night for the first time we were outside with him, it was Justin, Dominic, and I, and he had the zoomies, and he was like hopping like this way. He's hopping, like leaping all over. And we were just laughing hysterically. And he's just so tiny. He's like 3. I don't even know if he's 3 pounds, honestly, at this point. And
I can't believe you got
so
another dog
snuggly. He's so ridiculous.
because you have a crazy life as it is.
Yes.
Now, do you think
I
that
know.
you did this because you want a lap dog as well? Do you?
The kids have been asking for a small dog for years.
Okay.
But my youngest was just too young.
And then
it
you
just
feel
fell
like
into
the
place.
universe conspired and
Yes.
really,
all fell into place and lined up.
yeah.
Also, because I do specialize in anxiety and trauma, I have toyed with our doodle being a therapy dog, but I don't know. I could possibly still train him, but I think because he's so big, I think having a Scout as a therapy dog, all of my clients are very, very excited. And so I think for work, it's something that could be pretty amazing.
Oh,
And helping
cool.
people heal. Scout could be pretty awesome in that. So anyway, so that's also an option with that. But yeah, super crazy, embracing the chaos over here.
Yeah, I know you did. And summer flew by, didn't
Yeah.
it? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just, I feel like faster than ever, which makes me sad. Although I am looking forward to a routine again in the school year.
Yeah. And I'm so excited to get back to it. Like we had a break, and now I know you and I are so excited this season with having guests who have been on the Today Show, guests who are contributing to Goop. Just we're so excited to elevate the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
And inspire women to continue chasing their best selves and
Yes.
continuing doing that work and research and bringing tools and strategies to help all women live their best lives.
Yes, 100%. Super excited. And our guests are equally as amazing as they were our first season. So
Absolutely.
everybody needs to tune in to season 2.
The Chasing Brighter podcast.
Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can hear our latest episodes as soon as they drop.
And if you love today's episode, leave a review. We'd love to hear from you.